My dog could talk, he'd be in your chair right now.
Non-apologetic news, not what you're used to. Non-apologetic news, telling you the truth. Non-apologetic news, saying what they're scared to. Non-apologetic news, non-apologetic news.
Welcome everyone to a brand new episode of Non-Apologetic News. This week in the news, the Sam's Club nabber is finally caught. People try to ride a dolphin. Yes, you heard that right. And much, much more this week on Non-Apologetic News. So, we're going to start with the Sam's Club scammer. You've definitely heard of this woman, right?
No.
Neither had I. She's been on the run for 4 years after she was indicted in Houston. So she is an employee of Sam's Club. So what she winded up doing was when you'd buy a phone, you get a Sam's Club gift card for a certain amount. She would give you a card that had 0 on it, make a second card and put that amount on it because the record's shown that that amount of money was being taken out anyhow. This did not last long. You know, all it takes is a few people coming up. Hey, there's nothing on the gift card. She was on the run for 4 years. They catch her last week, and then they allow her to post bond. So, Sayonara, she's definitely out of here. She posted $30,000 bond last Thursday. And this is crazy because it's not anonymous. Like, you did this to your employer. They know your social security number. They know where you live. They know your mom's maiden name. This is absolutely foolish because the customers just came right back, you know? And there are so many scams you could run that you don't have to lose your job for this one. And I would not want to lose a job at Sam's Club. Do you shop there?
No, my buddies do.
Oh my Jesus. I was there a week ago. Like, I pay for the subscription, and for anybody who doesn't know, Google it. You can get it for like $15 a month or $15 a year. I drop $100 once or twice a year there, and it covers everything. I forget. You remind me now. Do you like booze?
Yes.
I don't know why people do not say Sam's Club is the best liquor store there is. If you walk through their liquor aisle, like for just a few bucks more, the same price as a fifth, you get a fucking liter. And that makes me think like how much we're getting scammed at Walmart.
Right.
Because they're able to sell it at Sam's Club and make a profit. So at Walmart, they're making a tremendous profit, you know? I forgot what this story was even about. Oh, you are definitely a
You's a dumb criminal.
bitch. All right, what do you got for us, buddy?
A stranded dolphin dies after Texas beachgoers try to ride it. Rescuers say.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Yeah. An ailing dolphin stranded on a Texas beach died after a crowd of people harassed the mammal and tried to ride it, rescue officials said. On Sunday, beachgoers found the sick dolphin, pushed it back out to sea, and tried to swim with and ride the animal. Fucked up. The female dolphin was ultimately stranded again on the beach where she was harassed by a crowd of people, the network said in the post, along with 2 images of a stranded dolphin.
When you say ride it, they're not technically riding it because it's beach. It's not moving. They were just straddling it and trying to get
pushed it back into the water.
Oh, they tried to inside the water.
Yeah, it was a sick dolphin. Yeah, so it couldn't like get far. Like,
okay, by the picture, I thought that's where they were like riding it was right. Okay, there's the people trying to get on it.
Yeah.
And you know the craziness is that was all for like an Instagram picture.
Yeah. There's a drunk folks like, hey, let's go fuck up this dolphin.
So did they charge the people? What was the conclusion here?
Illegal and punishable by fines and jail time if convicted. I don't know if any of these people were charged, if they caught him or not.
Well, they should get sentenced to an ass whooping.
Right? Maybe they'll find him when they post it all over fucking Facebook and Instagram. And
I believe I read somewhere, unless I'm just making this up right now, that dolphins have like the closest brain chemistry to us.
Yeah, they're, like I said, they're considered mammals, they're not fish.
So they were fully aware, like, you guys are killing me right now. And it was a bunch of Chads with their beers in their hand and their sorority tattooed on
the
their
dolphin,
chest.
bruh. It can be punishable up to $100,000 in fines and up to 1 year in jail per violation.
I hope each of these people get that, and I hope they never get pussy again.
Yeah.
Like, these are just such a sweet-looking creature. What a bunch of assholes.
Probably out there fucking trying to shove shit in his blowhole and everything.
Oh, they were probably trying to shove their wang tubes in there. What
pieces of shit.
Depressing story. I think it's time for me to lighten the mood with a story about Mr. Mike Tyson.
All right. Can't go wrong with Mr. Tyson.
Unless you're trying to understand him. Now, I think everyone knows he's in the marijuana business.
Yeah.
They're trying to sell a brand new shaped gummy in Colorado. They already had the molds made. They already had the formula. They had it packaged, everything. And their biggest market is Colorado. Colorado says, no, you will not sell these gummies in their current state in the state of Colorado. Now, his new edibles are shaped like the ears with a bite out of them. So it's a gummy of an ear with a little chunk taken out, right?
That's pure marketing genius.
And they said, I wouldn't want to eat that myself. Yeah, Tyson 2.0 is what they call it. Colorado says he cannot sell the ear-shaped edibles because state law prohibits marijuana edibles from being shaped like humans, animals, fruit, or other images that could attract children. Now, it says they still plan to sell the edibles, but they're going to modify the shape of the bite and ear to the letter T, which is not as good, I would say. And they already have plans to launch that later on in this year. Fun fact, it says that he's been in the pot business since 2016 and he makes over $650,000 a month.
Shit.
From selling these herbals everywhere. Now, this goes back to what I've said before. Like, he needs to just make a pill, put MT on it with the amount of milligrams that are in it, you know, and make it look like medicine, because everyone wants to yell medicine. Could you picture a bunch of these idiots with like a bag of edible ears with bites out of them? Like, you can't take that from me. I need my medicine. You know, I mean, how ridiculous are we getting here? This is crazy. Make it fun, you know, make it 1,000 milligrams every pill, but just make it look like medicine. Like, I saw this other story here. So there was a daycare worker last week. She was taking care of a bunch of 1-year-olds, okay? And they got into THC-infused goldfish-shaped crackers. So they were all, like I say, 1 year old, and she didn't know they'd gotten into them, and they start going crazy, so she calls an ambulance. Okay, and as it turns out, when the police were looking around, they said, first off, you know, the children's eyes were glossy and bloodshot, and they tested positive for herb. Detectives conducted a search of the daycare and collected goldfish-shaped crackers around the high chairs of the toddlers. So she confused her medicine crackers with the actual goldfish brand goldfish crackers she was giving the children.
Fuck these kids' days up.
And ruined her career and just set back the marijuana industry a couple steps, you know. I've said it before, if you're in the marijuana business, and we'll wrap it up like this because I've said this so many times, make it look like medicine. Slap a prescription label on it, you know, and then all these little douchey McDouchersons can be like, nah, this is really my medicine. I need my medicine, idiots. All right. So what do you have to round out this positive on top of positivity show?
Mom sees her son on the news 1 year after reporting him missing.
Was he like,
hey, bitch, what's up, bitch? Suck my dick, bitch.
I don't think so. An image of a teen reunited with his dog captivated the hearts of millions. The photo did the exact same thing for a Mississippi woman, but for a different reason. 17-year-old who is not being named by Nexstar surrendered his dog, Jada, to an animal shelter. He told the shelter he was living under a bridge and said he was having trouble providing for her needs. A woman contacted Nexstar's WREG after she saw the story on the news. She identified herself as his mother and said it had been a year since she had seen her son.
wow, how old do you say he was, the child?
17.
Wow, so he left at 16.
Yeah. She said she reported him missing last summer to police. His mother claims he ran away after she grounded him for misbehaving.
I bet she found him with some medicine.
Yeah, how crazy is that? Fucking, you know, a year passed by this time. You got to think the worst.
Oh, yeah, you assume
shit.
your child is dead, and every day is probably hell for that woman. We would assume, we're assuming she's a good woman. For all we know, she ran him out of the house, and, you know, we never know, but we try to think the best of people here at Non-Apologetic News.
Yeah.
We do anything to spread positivity and love. This bitch was reunited with her son?
I don't think he's made it home yet.
Oh, so she saw him on the news, but it said after 1 year, he was reunited with his dog, okay?
Yeah, not her.
They did not say why he's not been brought home to his mother, who claims to have full custody. That seems like something you could check pretty quick, right? I claim he had a full cousin. No, never mind. I don't want that kid. That kid sounds like bad news.
Wish there was a little bit more. Like, what did he do to get grounded?
Yeah, I think that's something that no matter what, like I say, she's probably a good woman, but even if she wasn't, we'd never know that. It would just be straight positivity. I grounded my son. He left. Da-da-da. But it could have been something like she got a new boyfriend who smacked the kid around, and he was like, I'm not putting up with this anymore.
Right.
I'm going to go live my own life. It is pretty sad that he wound up underneath a bridge or whatever in his tent. He did have a dog, and that's good.
And he put his dog first once he realized he wasn't able to take care of it. Had to.
Yeah,
I'm glad he got his dog back.
I see a lot. Yeah, that is good. I see a lot of homeless people, with their animals, and about half the time you think that person's batshit crazy and not taking care of the animal. But another half the time you can see like that's who's eating. You know what I mean, and not the person. But it's hit and miss. Like when I see a person like on the side of the road panhandling and they have a dog with them, I'll either give them money, or what I've started to do like at Walmart is I'll go buy like dog treats or a small bag of dog food, and I'll give that to them. And half the time it puts a smile on their face, and the other half the time they're like, you fucking asshole. You know what I mean? I can't eat this.
Right.
So,
I'm about to eat this dog.
You do really like the last time I remember I gave this prostitute looking woman money. She was at 15th Street Walmart, and she was standing there, and she was a gross looking thing, and she had a dog. So I just pulled up, I handed her a little bit of money, and I said, make sure you feed that fucking dog. And who's to say if she did or not? But yeah, I think if you're homeless and you take care of that dog, that could be a great companion. Because to be honest with you, I'd rather be with my dog than any person in the world. Yeah. My dog could talk, he'd be in your chair right now. But yeah, I mean, all's well that ends well, I guess. And hopefully, with this story being out there, some GoFundMe or something. I donated to a GoFundMe a couple days ago, and I probably got suckered, but it was such a bad story. There was a man who trains canines, for the military. And they were over there in the Ukraine when the bombs broke out. And I don't know why, but all the soldiers left and left the fucking dogs. So this guy, he was trying to charter a plane and everything that could carry, he was the trainer or something. He had some association with the dog, so he could fly them all back at once. And it was a lot more expensive than it probably should have been, but it seemed like people were vetting his story and there was at least somewhat of truth to it. But I have no idea why the dogs were left. All the soldiers got out. Like, that should be a bond with your dog. Yeah, it was American soldiers and American canines, and the guy was trying to get them back to America.
Doesn't surprise me. It was a couple of years ago. They just left millions of dollars of fucking weaponry.
Yeah, no, the dogs are still over there. If the story rings true, the dogs are still over there right now, and these are dogs we trained to give their lives to support us. We should at least get them out of there or die trying. Right. Maybe people disagree with that, but you put me, like, I'm going to run in a burning building to get my dogs. The least you can do is grab them before you grab your stacky cakes off the nightstand when you're running and the place is being bombed. But apparently some local shelter rounded them up. They had them. And then the guy was able to get him released to him. He had to fly over there, blah, blah, blah. Now that I'm saying it out loud, I feel like I really got scammed. Because it does sound like it's outlandish, but whatever. He had already gotten like 30,000 donated to him. Those are sad, sad stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't know what to say except, oh my! And maybe
I don't like subtitles.
I do not like them either, buddy. There we go. Can never find a button, but what we can find is the end of this episode. We will join you next week when we are right back here. Non-apologetic news. I am Travisty. Next to me, as always, is Body Bag. We will see everyone next week, and I hope every single one of you have a beautiful evening. Good night.
Non-apologetic news. Non-apologetic news.